Welcome to Rise Untold, where the stories behind the spotlight come alive. Mariah Carey has been called many things in her life: a legend, a diva, a queen of Christmas. But what she showed in a recent interview with Gayle King proves something even bigger: that she knows exactly how to handle the spotlight and when to shut it down. It happened on CBS Mornings. Gayle King, never one to shy away from personal questions, steered the conversation toward Mariah's ex-husband, Nick Cannon, a man whose personal life has been nothing short of tabloid chaos. With 12 children by multiple women, interviews about insuring his own body for millions, and a reputation for being everywhere at once, Cannon has been a permanent fixture in celebrity gossip. But Mariah wasn't having it. Gayle asked, "I'm curious about you and your 2 children and how you navigate. Because you're a co-parent with Nick Cannon, how do you navigate co-parenting when his life is so public?" Mariah didn't even blink. Calm, collected, unbothered. She smiled and with a polite but firm voice said, "I kind of feel like it's best if I don't talk about him, because he can just be in his own world. No offense to him." It was a masterclass in setting boundaries. Gayle tried to smooth it over, repeating, "No offense to him," and then, like any good journalist, she quickly moved on. But the moment didn't go unnoticed. The internet lit up. The clip went viral on Instagram, shared by The Neighborhood Talk, where fans flooded the comments with reactions. One wrote, "She's disgusted she ever dealt with him, but she loves her kids, so she's not gonna disrespect him." Another fan added, "She said, 'Stay out my business' in the most professional way. A queen." And then came the comments that truly captured the spirit of Mariah. "Smart move. Let him be chaotic over there. She doesn't have time for his rigmarole." That's the thing with Mariah. She's had decades of practice. When you've lived your life in the public eye, from record-breaking albums to messy divorces, from public feuds to sold-out tours, you learn that not every question deserves an answer. Sometimes silence or a carefully measured line says far more than a monologue ever could. Mariah and Nick Cannon's story has been picked apart for years. When they married in 2008, many doubted them. But their whirlwind romance led to twins, Monroe and Moroccan, who remain at the center of Mariah's world. Behind the fairy tale smiles, though, there was tension. By 2011, their marriage crumbled. Infidelity rumors swirled, and Cannon's restless lifestyle clashed with Carey's desire for stability. The divorce was messy, the aftermath even messier. Since then, Cannon has become infamous for his ever-expanding family tree. 12 children in just 5 years, each birth making headlines, each relationship sparking new controversy. Interviews only added fuel. On The Breakfast Club, he admitted he acted recklessly, saying he thought having kids was a way of coping after divorce. But today, even he admits regret, wishing he had slowed down, healed, and taken his time. Mariah, on the other hand, took a different path. Her focus remained on her children, her career, and her peace. She briefly got engaged to billionaire James Packer, a romance that ended abruptly but left her with a multi-million-dollar settlement, which tabloids dubbed an inconvenience fee. She spent years in an on-and-off relationship with Brian Tanaka, one that eventually ended quietly in 2023. Now, speculation surrounds her and Grammy winner Anderson Paak. Gayle tried to press her on it, and just like before, Mariah gave just enough to spark curiosity, but not enough to lose control of the narrative. "He just grabs my hand," she laughed. "I don't know what he's doing." A playful answer that fueled rumors, but never confirmed them. And that's the brilliance of Mariah Carey. She knows when to open the curtain and when to keep it firmly shut. She's survived decades of media storms, from her rocky early career to her breakdown in 2001, to her legendary comeback with The Emancipation of Mimi. Each time she rises, sharper and wiser than before. Her interview with Gayle King wasn't just another celebrity soundbite. It was a reminder that power isn't always about what you say, Sometimes it's about what you don't. With one firm but graceful answer, she reminded the world of something so many people forget. Her private life is hers. Her peace is sacred. Her story belongs to her, and no one else. That moment may have looked small on television, just a few seconds of silence and a polite deflection. But in reality, it carried the weight of years. Because Mariah Carey has lived her life under a microscope. Every relationship picked apart, every choice debated, every headline spun into gossip. She has been praised and ridiculed, celebrated and criticized. And through it all, she's learned a truth that few celebrities ever master. You don't owe the world everything. In that chair across from Gayle King, Mariah made a choice. She could have entertained the question. She could have given a soundbite that would have been replayed for weeks. She could have joined the chorus of voices commenting on Nick Cannon's unconventional lifestyle. But she didn't. Instead, she gave nothing away. She chose dignity over drama. She chose silence over spectacle. It wasn't just about Nick Cannon. It was about control. For decades, Mariah's been fighting to keep hers. From the music industry that tried to mold her into someone she wasn't, to relationships that tested her strength, to breakdowns that the world watched with judgmental eyes, she's been through it all. And each time, she's risen back with a sharper sense of who she is. That's why fans connected so deeply with her response. They saw a woman who has endured betrayal, heartbreak, and endless scrutiny, yet refuses to be defined by someone else's chaos. They saw a mother protecting her children. They saw an icon protecting her peace. And in that quiet refusal, they saw power. And maybe that's the lesson for all of us. The world will always have questions. People will always have opinions. There will always be someone who thinks they deserve access to your life, your pain, your mistakes. But you have the right to say no. You have the right to draw the line. You have the right to protect your peace, no matter what anyone else says. Because if Mariah Carey, after decades of pressure, betrayal, and storms, can still rise with grace, humor, and strength, then maybe you can too. This is Rise Untold.